that. We got Breeze. That looks nothing like your ranked fights. The first fight of the fight. Do you see the target confirmation? There's a pause where you actually make sure you're... I love that. That pause does not exist here.
I know exactly.
It doesn't exist. I genuinely panic. I know, because you're stressed. You're focused on too many things. Too many things. Of course you panic. Ranked is way harder than deathmatch. The floor becomes literally lava. While in deathmatch, it's just the carpet. I know. But this is your problem. We need to overcome that. And trust me, we can overcome that. But we get to ranked. And it's all rush shots. Let's go next round. I want to find a new fight. It's clear as day. Clear as day. Clear as day. The only way to fix this is more ranked. Because your deathmatch technique is good. Your rank technique is the problem. Here are some methods to fixing it. Method 1, and I did this myself when I climbed to Immortal the first time. 2 accounts. We'll call them account A and account B. Let's say account A is gold 1, 80 RR, and account B is gold 1, 20 RR. I would lock account A, as in I would not be allowed to play on account A until account B surpasses it. So I'll only play on account B. Even if I derank to silver 2 or whatever, they'll keep playing on account B, but eventually account B sometime later will be gold 2, 1 RR. And you know what I do? I lock it. No playing on it. Now I'll play on account 1. The reason why I'll do this is it means I can never lose my peak. I always have an account that's at my peak RR because people associate value to their peak, to their rank. Because you associate value to your rank, you rush your shots, you panic, you're worried. Oh no, I'm gonna lose. I just hit diamond. Well, now, right after you hit diamond, you don't touch that account. You play on your platinum 3 account until it passes your diamond account. So now you can never lose your peak RR. It's impossible. This is one option. Boom. I'm going to give you multiple options. I don't care what you take. I'm just trying to help you tackle your anxiety. Okay. So there are pretty obvious pros to this. Can't lose our rank. You just can't. It's impossible to lose your rank. Works very well. I find almost everybody who does this, they pog off their gourds. Cons, no skins. More time. And I mean, this is why I have an alt account. You guys have seen my raised practice account, tier 3s. It's why I have skins on that account too. Because I fell for this con. Anyways, this is option 1. This is option 1. This will help a ton because you can't lose your rank, and losing your rank is ultimately a major source of fear in these games. JETT Breeze, gold 1. Just click head. Ooh, we've deranked. I mean, surely it's max gap, right? Surely. Like, there is no world that this is not max gap. I mean, there's no way. There's just no way that your mechanics are even remotely acceptable.
Noxious. We can, harbor...
Why are there... I mean, you're just out here to prove me right, aren't you? You're taking the strategy so seriously.
When they're coming through, you can slow them down, and then KO can flash. 3 kills. Okay.
And then you... Rose, make this shit make sense. You spend 40 seconds talking strategy to your teammates, and then you willingly buy Frenzy on Breeze. Frenzy on Breeze? This has to be the worst map for it.
Down. 2 suppressed.
What the f is that dart? Wait. This guy's like darting back sight. And it somehow perfectly bounces back and clears nothing. I guess it would clear close right. Or close left.
Grounded.
Rose, reload. You've got a frenzy.
Right?
Rose, reload!
I'm a flash.
Thank you. Rose, you have to reload.
Down A.
Thank you.
One inside.
3.
Vài máy nó này đi.
What the fuck is this?
Where are you?
One enemy remaining.
Nice. Vài về đi đâu.
Spike down A.
Nice team.
Well played, everyone. Perfect round.
Bet. Bro, pick up the ghost, please. It's right there. It's right there. Please.
Everyone.
Remaining.
Bro.
Okay, let's. Okay.
Okay, Bulldog heavy. I'm down.
Shield anticipation.
Is your gun malfunctioning?
Shield anticipation. Can you flash them?
Flash.
Đấy ảnh rồi.
Rose, you're killing me. You're killing me. You're killing me. You're killing me. Where do I begin? Let me boot up Breeze. Okay, so we know they're A main. I don't like the first angle we played. I'll say it, but you know, sure, whatever. We're here now. This is our life. Okay, so we are here and we know that they're A main. You feel? My instinct is to smoke. The reason why is because right now the enemy team knows that we're stuck. Does that make sense? And when we're stuck, it's a bad thing. There's a million things they can do to counter us when we're stuck. But the simplest is like, I mean, they can just hold us. And we don't want to peek into 3 sheriffs holding us or whatever. And so, yeah, you want to flash, but like, there's an easy way to be self-sufficient here, and it's just toss a smoke down. And then you don't even have to move. Because the smoke, it's Schrodinger's jet. After you throw the smoke, the enemy POV,
Blocking sight.
now you can be backside.
Blocking sight.
And that's like all that matters. All that matters is that you no longer are definitely stuck. And creating that bit of uncertainty is really, 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 really important. Well, I don't like that we're just sitting here waiting. Okay.
Flash.
Now let's like talk about this. So first of all, I'll say it. I am never going to ask for a KO flash. The reason why I'm not going to ask for a KO flash mid round is because KO is a stupidly complicated agent to play when it comes to landing flashes. And I consider the onus to be on KO
30 seconds left.
in the mid round to call stuff like this.
Not that I need to, of course.
I think it is up to KO to have like this lineup or whatever. Where is it? I forget the corner, but there's a main lineup with a flash. And the way I see it is your KO is obligated to call these things, and you get what you get at your elo. So we are gold 1. We have a gold 1 KO. But don't worry, they have a gold 1 Sova. So whatever your KO is capable of, just rest easy knowing their Sova is equally as incapable in the mid round. Now, in the pre-round, this is where you can talk to the KO. You can be like, yo, KO, I want to peek A main. Do you have a flash for me? And then he can be like, yeah, I got you. I'll flash for you. That's good. That's good. That's good. But in the mid round, I want you calling simple utility. Utility that you could throw if you were filling. Could you flash A main if you were filling onto KO? No, probably not. Not consistently. So don't call it. I'm down for you to call Fade Dog because that's easy. You could throw that. Harbor Cascade. Easy. So any util that you could just like wing yourself is totally fine to call in the mid round. Util that's more complicated, you sort of have to leave up to the specialists. And yeah, the annoying part of that in lower elo is you're never going to get good comms like that. Your KO's almost never going to be like, yo, Jet, I've got the perfect flash for you, A main. Get ready to swing. 3, 2, 1, pop. Your KO's not going to do that because they're gold. But that's fine because the enemy Sova is not going to do that either. We're chilling. We're operating on the same playing field. Try to avoid calling complicated util. It's never going to work. It's really annoying. In fact, you can even see in my ranked VOD yesterday, this is an extreme example, but I told a Brimstone to one-way A short off of noise on defense, an Immortal 3 Brimstone, and he f***ed that up. He smoked lower, and he smoked before any noise was made. And if my Brimstone is screwing up that pre-round comm, like in what universe is your KO landing this flash mid-round? You know, if that makes sense. Okay, get reconned. Yeah, and you lose to a classic pistol. Like at the end of it all, you take a 50-50 against a classic pistol and you lose. And this is sort of the story of why you're in gold. That's not the best fight. This fight's fine. Ariane.
No, I'm here.
I don't mind this fight. I like getting aggressive. We're playing duelist. They're on weak buy. I kind of fuck with it. Is it the best? No, of course not. If this was a Radiant player, we'd probably talk about it. But this is a gold player. This fight's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with this fight. Even if we die, our gun is easily recoverable. The problem is we lose this fight. There's no universe we should be losing this duel. Now, if they double swung us, like right now that another guy swung or they Reyna flashed or something, then I would say, yeah, we should have fallen back in some capacity, or we shouldn't have won that or whatever. But right here, like, look at this. We just lose a fight. And you can see the graph is trending upwards. Do you know why it's trending upwards? You know what that means? I'm trying to help you so that way you can VOD review yourself. When the bars get longer and longer and longer while still remaining orange, it means you're not resetting your spray. It means you're getting deeper into your spray with each burst because you're not taking enough time between the bursts. And when this is happening and a player that's this low elo, I think you know what type of advice I give them. I tell them to worry less about what these guys are doing and worry more about how they take their engagements. Because the human brain is very bad at improving at multiple things at once. It's very bad at it. Humans can't text and drive. Technically, if we lived in a world where competitive texting and driving was a thing, we could get up to that point, but we would generally break it down into parts. We'd first learn how to drive at a very high level. We'd learn how to text very quickly. We'd combine the two in some like simple heckin' like drills and courses, and eventually we could combine everything into a very complicated course. But right now you're texting too much, and so you suck at driving. Yeah, this fight was good. You want to know why you lost? It's because of this moment right here. You actually had this guy, but you walked out in the open and now he can body shot you because this guy is trash. He can't hit your head. Just like you can't hit his head. But now you've exposed your body and so he body shots you twice and you die. Well, it'll update there.
Knife deployed.
No one.
Pumping dash. Focusing on my crosshair.
My eyes are last player standing.
This is annoying. So we lose that fight and we take it poorly, but I don't like having to get into that position in the first place. Like the way I want to see you like starting this round is like come over here, hop up, look for these guys, take a fight mid. Notice I'm not exposed to elbow. You don't see anybody mid, peek elbow, hop over here. Like this is how we should be playing Jett. This is how Radiants play Jett. If you play like this in golds, you'll be the first Jett a gold player has ever seen play this aggressively, and you'll just dominate the whole lobby. We're so passive. Our impact on the outcomes of the rounds is so muted. Right now, if they fight A main, what do we do about it? Nothing. Okay, think about it this way. They can rush A as 5. They can rush B as 5. They can split A. They can split B. So that's rush A, rush B, split A, split B. And if we assume they're all equally likely, which is totally fine. Of course they're not, but it doesn't matter. Then what's the least annoying one for us to be not involved in? Rush B, because we have a sentinel. So if they rush B, I'm down to not be involved. Because we can't be involved in everything. We can play in a way that gets us involved in all of these other scenarios. Just 75% of the rounds, we get to have impact on the outcome of it as duelist. And that would involve pushing out mid a bit though. Somebody in chat has suggested mid doors. Mid doors can work and I'm down. It's a bit of a suboptimal peak. I wouldn't recommend it at a higher level. However, for gold player, I don't mind. That's fine. Because yes, we get to fight the A split. We get to hold for the A rush. What you're normally going to see Jetts do, and we did this on the round we had a sheriff, is we came out mid like this. Now we get to fight the split A. We get to fight the split B. But additionally, if you come further out, if they start rushing A, you can come really fast. Look for a potential mid lurker, and you're already here. There's no shot it's retake yet.
My ult's ready.
And I'm not happy with this gunfight. I was fine with the sheriff gunfight because it looked like you were trying to aim for the head. But this fight against Jett is making me mad, Rose. because right here, you're at head level, give or take. And as we aim at the Jett, your crosshair actively gets pulled down and you aim center mass, which tells me that you are not focused on trying to shoot her head. I don't need you to actually shoot her head. I need you to try to shoot her head. And in this gunfight in particular, you are clearly satisfied with the body because there's no world you would left click on this frame if your priority was a headshot. So I see your priority here as not dying or something. Like you're panicked.
My ult's ready.
Yeah, get out there. Like, what are the threats right now? Mid lurk, Halls lurk. I guess they canceled a B. I don't see A main as a threat. We have 3 dudes looking at it. And the way that you're looking at it is passive because Harbor has a deeper line. So we won't see them A main right now. It's like in my head, I'm already dropping to look mid. Or I'm opening door and asking Cypher to tap cam. Both of these are acceptable. But what you're doing right now is so passive.
1 enemy remaining.
Like, see, you were not needed for this.
Spike
Right
down
on.
A.
Over me.
Oh, bet?
I'm watching mid.
Bet?
Flawless.
Yes! Exactly! Good shit! Now, the way you watched me, it got a little passive. A little passive for my liking, but perfect. We finally did something where we controlled some space. Yeah, I really don't like the gunfights, Rose. I don't like them at all. I like the positioning. I like that we're taking this engagement. But, like, look. What's going on there? What can I do better? You need to focus on them more. You're too willing to shoot at the body. It's happening every gunfight. You're aiming too low. This guy's completely stationary. Their head's not even moving. And once again, you willingly shoot their body. Like, I rarely like looking at headshot rate, but it's 17%. Like, silver and gold players are so immobile.
Someone is
1 enemy remaining.
Nice.
He's on the right hand side.
Flawless.
Well played,
So
everyone. Well
embarrassing.
played.
Okay, Rose, I don't know how to explain this to you, but I want you to be the type of player in this 5v1 that does this. So there's like a Viper smoke or whatever here. You switch to classic and you do this. Like, you have to develop your ego if you're going to play duelist. Fight this guy. There's no downside to dash up drafting and pushing the dude.
Flawless.
Like, I'm not even joking. It's almost certain 10s would dash up draft here. Yeah, we're really passive. I see you frequently with dash up in on angles, and I don't like it. Like, all of these peaks that you've done so far, I would not have primed dash yet. Because if you see the enemy, like here or here, that you have cover right here. Once I get more out like this, now I'll prime dash. Because now you'll notice I'm exposed to that and this. And now if an enemy appears on my screen, I can flick a shot and dash away. But right here, I don't need dash. Where's your DM VODs? Do you have your DM VODs, Rose? Oh, bet we got Breeze. That looks nothing like your ranked fights. The first fight of the fight. Do you see the target confirmation? There's a pause where you actually make sure you're... I love that.
Charges left.
That pause does not exist here.
I know exactly.
It doesn't exist. I genuinely panic. I know, because you're stressed. You're focused on too many things. Too many things. Of course you panic. Ranked is way harder than deathmatch. The floor becomes literally lava. While in deathmatch, it's just the carpet. I know. But this is your problem. We need to overcome that. And trust me, we can overcome that. Because it's all in your head. In your head, ranked, let's draw your little room. You need to jump from your bed to your chair. And the floor is genuinely lava. And so it makes it harder to jump the way that you would jump when you're playing DM, where it's the same jump, but it's a red carpet or whatever. It's not real lava. And so you know you're not going to die. And so it's easy. You jump to the chair. While over here, it's terrifying. And so you're clouded by judgment. You're more likely to fail. So the perfect example of this is an NBA free throw or basketball free throw, because in practice, mechanically, it's identical to in-game. However, in-game, it's so much harder. So much harder. Study reveals practice free throw percentage is much better than game free throw percentage. Of course. And this is true for everybody in ranked and deathmatch as well. This analogy seems like, okay, Huge, if even NBA players can't overcome this, then how the hell do I overcome this? It's simple. The difference is the NBA players are actually playing in front of a huge audience there's actual stuff on the line. In ranked, you can completely convince yourself that RR doesn't matter, because it doesn't. In an NBA game, that free throw does matter. That affects their paycheck. It's their job. They can't fully convince themselves it doesn't matter because it does. Okay. In ranked, I'll tell you right now, Rose, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you whiff on this Reyna. You're a gold player. You don't get paid to play Valorant. You're not gonna get paid to play Valorant. You do this as a hobby for fun in your free time. And you can completely suppress this urge to rush as a hobbyist Valorant player if you focus on your gunfights more in ranked exclusively. Because unlike NBA free throws, Rose's ranked game, the outcome of it does not matter. The only problem is you don't believe that to be true at this point in time. But we can work on that, if that makes sense. Because you're not actually getting paid to hit this shot. There's no negative repercussions if you miss. They're all in your head. You associate negatives such as my teammates will be disappointed, right? Like that can be a negative that can hold you back, except like you're going to miss shots either way. They're going to be disappointed either way. You can't control your teammates' emotions. Teammates will be disappointed no matter what. Think about it this way. When your KO died here, are you going to go on Twitter later and type an essay about this guy in particular and about how he threw your game and he's hurt you emotionally because of this death? Probably not. More driven by your fear of failure. Perfect. Even easier. You have to understand that that fear is causing failure. You will continue to fail if you continue to be afraid of taking aggressive gunfights with patience. It's a cycle that will never end. It's the dragon. So there's this graph, which is when you get better at like a task. When you integrate some new skill, you'll lose elo and then you'll go to new heights. But what can happen is boom. Where's the middle graph, Zendikar? You know what I'm talking about? Not the actual dragon, but the long-term decline. Thank you. This is what happens if you're too afraid to implement that higher order skill that you know is correct. You will slowly just get worse and worse and worse and worse and lower elo because everyone else around you is going to get better. The other gold players in your lobby are going to overcome this fear. A decade from now, the average gold player will be able to take their time on a shot, and you'll be silver now, or you'll be bronze now, or who knows. But if you don't get better, if you don't overcome this, then you're going to be stuck. And I can see it clear as day, and I think you can see it too. Now that we pulled up your deathmatch VOD, it's night and day. Like, let's watch a few more deathmatch fights. Yeah, like you are so calm. You're not worried at all. Now, of course, I don't expect you to match this 1-to-1. You're aiming for the head. You're not worried. You're getting headshots. There's no panic whatsoever. But we get to ranked, and it's all rush shots. Let's go next round. I want to find a new fight. It's clear as day. Clear as day. Clear as day. The only way to fix this is more ranked. Because your deathmatch technique is good. Your rank technique is the problem. Here are some methods to fixing it. Method 1, and I did this myself when I climbed to Immortal the first time. 2 accounts. We'll call them account A and account B. Let's say account A is gold 1, 80 RR, and account B is gold 1, 20 RR. I would lock account A, as in I would not be allowed to play on account A until account B surpasses it. So I'll only play on account B. Even if I derank to silver 2 or whatever, they'll keep playing on account B. But eventually, account B, sometime later, will be gold 2, 1 RR. And you know what I do? I lock it. No playing on it. Now I'll play on account 1. The reason why I'll do this is it means I can never lose my peak. I always have an account that's at my peak RR because people associate value to their peak. to their rank. Because you associate value to your rank, you rush your shots, you panic, you're worried. Oh no, I'm going to lose. I just hit diamond. Well, now, right after you hit diamond, you don't touch that account. You play on your Platinum 3 account until it passes your Diamond account. So now you can never lose your peak RR. It's impossible. This is one option. Boom. I'm going to give you multiple options. I don't care what you take. I'm just trying to help you tackle your anxiety. Okay. So there are pretty obvious pros to this. Can't lose our rank. You just can't. It's impossible to lose your rank. Works very well. I find almost everybody who does this, they pog off their gourds. Cons, no skins. More time. And I mean, this is why I have an alt account. You guys have seen my Raise practice account, tier 3s. It's why I have skins on that account too. Because I fell for this con. Anyways, this is option 1. This is option 1. This will help a ton because you can't lose your rank, and losing your rank is ultimately a major source of fear in these games. Option 2, accountability. Right now, you're afraid. Your biggest fear is failure, but we can redefine what failure means. Define what failure means. So for example, Rose, if we take a friend of similar elo, I'm going to use Dr. Turnip as an example because she happens to be like the same elo as you. Let's say you and Dr. Turnip now, instead of caring about your rank, you only care about whether or not you panicked in your gunfights, and you hold each other accountable to that. Now you're afraid of letting your friend down. So we just shift that fear to something else, a fear that constructively drives us towards the route of improvement. So now instead of being afraid of losing a rank game, we're afraid that our friend is going to rank up much faster than us because we're not taking our time in our gunfights, and they're starting to do that. It's like you get them into a Discord call with you or whatever, and they watch your game and they go, why the hell did you shoot so fast? You weren't ready. And option 3, Zen. I can't do option 3, but I know people who have. You just sort of like trust Talking Banana. This is route to success. Improvement is a spiral, and we draw this spiral. Your rank might be here on the spiral, which means later in time, your rank will be lower, but even later in time, your rank will be higher. And if you trust me when I tell you that improvement is like this, because I know it is, and I promise it is, then you can accept short-term loss because you know it will be followed by long-term gain. Like, imagine me right now. It's impossible for me to drop into silver. Agreed? I'm incapable of being that bad at the game. But I could totally drop into Ascendant too, because that's like the bottom of my current potential spiral, way up here. But I am way up here. So it's like, as you get better and better and better, then the worst you can be will go up and up and up. But the worst you can be will still be somewhere down here, on average lower than you're currently rated. So this is option 3. Either way, whatever route you choose to take, your problem is clear as day. Deathmatch, I see bad aim, but good technique. Ranked, I see bad aim and bad technique. Playing more DM/aim training will fix the bad aim. The bad technique in ranked is a problem of anxiety. I have proposed to you multiple approaches to tackle that anxiety. Take the route you feel resonates you the most. Mid-round IGL, far less, and dial in on taking aggressive duels with proper technique. Hey, Woohoojin here. Did you know that I stream every weekday doing VOD reviews and playing ranked? If you enjoy the videos, the best way to support me is to show up live. If this video was just uploaded, it's very likely that I'm streaming right now. All of my coaching is free, but that means I need to make money in other ways. Please consider supporting me with a Discord subscription if you can afford to do so. I run many live events for my tier 3 subscribers as a thank you for letting me pursue my passion every day. At 2,000 subscribers, I'll be booking a flight out to EU and to APAC to play in-houses on your servers. Thank you for supporting me.